Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sisters of the Mystical Tarot, where every Wednesday we come up with a new thing to talk about. And as Linda Bishop says, it's cauldron stirring time. That's perfect. I love that. Thank you, Linda Bishop. I agree. It's like, let's get ready to stir the pot. So I want to welcome my guests, my lovely hostesses, my sisters. We have Valerie, Dragonfly Crystals, and Next Level Channeling. Don't forget that one too. All right. We have Miss Shari, Voices from the Swamp, aka Swampy Girl. And we have Marina, Heart Centered Tarot. Thank you all for being here. Very nice to have you, ladies. So we only got 4 people here right now. So we're not knocking it out of the park just yet. Yeah. But hello, Linda, and hello to James Spear. It's wonderful to see you here too,
Absolutely.
sir. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So everybody, we were just talking about all the memes that have been out there since, was it Sunday? Is that when he did that meme? Or was it earlier than that where he had all those, he was leaning over what looked like Jeffrey Epstein.
I think that was Sunday.
Yeah, it was either Saturday night or Sunday morning. I don't remember which.
Yeah. And of course the argument with the Pope. And Val went sick. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Marina sent me a few of these her son found that have been doctored up, and they're great.
Funny. Yeah.
Funny.
Laugh myself silly. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I know that we are not the only ones laughing. I get things from my cousin in Croatia that
really?
that have to do with Trump and
yeah.
So Europe is laughing. The rest of the world is laughing.
So is melanoma Slovenian or Slovakian? Slovenian. Okay. I knew it was one of them. I just couldn't remember which one.
Yeah. Hi, Liz. It's good to see you too. Thanks for being here. So Val just disappeared poof for, I guess she'll come back in, but maybe she stirred the pot one too many stirs, Linda.
You never know.
Well, in the meantime, let's talk about what's going on your channels, ladies, while we're waiting for some other folks to come in. So Marina's got some great things happening this month. So go ahead and let us know, Marina.
I do. On my website, which is marinasheartcenteredtarot.com, I'm offering everyone a 10% discount on all my services. And that's the readings, that's classes, courses, whatever, because this month is my 5-year anniversary on YouTube.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. It's kind of, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for everyone's support. So I want to share the joy. And I thought that would be a good way to do it. I do have on the website, if you wanted to sign up, I have the Change the Soundtrack is starting back up on May the 2nd. Intuition or Ego, and that's just a couple hours class. Intuition or Ego starts on May the 3rd. Setting Boundaries with Family starts on May the 5th. That's a Tuesday. Achieving Union, of course, starts on May the 1st. And Self-Care is Not Selfish will be on April 26th at 5 p.m. So go on there, see what they're. Which one of you's laughing at me?
No, it was Val coming in and out.
I don't know why. Aley adds me, and then
you're knocked
back out. So then I just added myself back.
Sorry, Marina. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I just thought that was funny. So that's what I've got going on. I have posted my schedule for the week. So if you want to know who I'm on with, what time I'm on with, and all that good stuff, just go to the YouTube channel, go under posts, scroll down, and I post my weekly schedule, so you can check it out on there.
And there's her.
that's what I
Here
got.
is her channel information. So there you go. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Val, just tell us what's coming up for you, or about your classes, or whatever.
Well, what I have coming up is I have a 3-eye atlas show with Colleen. You all might want to just a tail end of what's happening with that as it's passed through, and what are the results coming from it having gone through our solar system. And that is Thursday the 16th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. So 7:30 Eastern time. That's tomorrow. And then I have Arthur and Val live Zoom. Come on, join us. It's Arthur's birthday. It's his birthday month. Join us for that on Zoom. There's still a few seats available. Go to dragonflycrystals.store. not .com, .store, and sign up for that. You get 10 minutes of readings from both of us. It is fabulous. It's amazing. You are going to want to experience that. And classes, I still have not sat down and planned them all out, although Aley and I have finalized our psychic mediumship class. It's going to begin on June 6th. So it'll go the 13th and the 20th as well. Now, I'll have that up very shortly, probably today or tomorrow. And so all my classes will be showing up soon. I promise. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Before we get to Shari, I just want to say hello to Book, hello to Nancy, Simran. Who else snuck in here?
Nancy Detwiller.
Nancy Detwiller, yeah.
And Gerald Stash is here.
Cheryl was here. Jen Bowles, it's wonderful to see you as well. Yeah, all right. Go ahead, Shari.
Well, let's see. After this, I'm going to be doing new moon readings with Sabrina. I think we're going to start at 9 o'clock Central Time. And she's been having scheduling issues today, so I think we're going to start at 9. I was like, just send me the link. I'll be there when it's time to be there. And tomorrow night I'll be doing backstage for Colleen for her Thursday night show, and then I will be doing politics with Judy at 8 o'clock. Excuse me. And Friday, I will be a guest on Bobby While Raven Tarot at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'll be backstage for Colleen again for her Friday night show. And then Saturday I will be a guest on Sun Psychic Jean, and I'll be holding my members Zoom meeting Saturday afternoon, and of course the slumber party Saturday night.
Do you ever get a chance to go pee? I mean, you're like,
yeah, I do. I try to.
Okay, you squeeze it in.
Clean, yeah. Just enough time to come up and run to the bathroom.
I get you.
And that reminded me, yes, the members get together is on Saturday at 2 p.m. by Zoom. So for those that are members of my channel, if you have not sent me your email address, I can't send you the Zoom link. So please send me an email, heartcenteredtarot@outlook.com, and that way I can include you in. And the lovely Deborah Zacco is going to be joining us and talking about numerology and all kinds of things.
Oh, fun.
Awesome. That's wonderful.
Same with me. If you're a member and you haven't sent me your email address, send me your email address so I can send you the link to the Zoom meeting. So,
yes.
So happy birthday to Linda Bishop. And I would celebrate with an app for my birthday as well. Congratulations. Yeah. And Liz, thank you for telling us about your readings with Val and Marina. And yes, we hope you will get readings with us at some point too. Absolutely. Hi, Charlie. Jen got back from her 6-month cancer checkup and she's all good till August. That's fabulous news. Wow, we got some good news in here today from folks. So thank you for sharing your
Hi,
birthday
Charlie.
and your wins that come up. Yeah, we're really happy to.
Hi, Suzanne.
Suzanne, hello, welcome. So,
what have you got going on your channel?
Yeah.
Well. I've got classes coming up in June and July, and the first one is spiritual alchemy through journaling, and that's 5 weeks. And then I have a class in July, which is the ancestral healing and wounding patterns. And so it's starting to get filled up a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that. But yes, make sure also if you want to be in the psychic medium class with Val and I, that you go over to dragonflycrystals.store once she gets it up, which probably will be very soon, and sign up for that. Yeah. June's going to be busy for me because I'll have a Saturday class with Val and then a Sunday class. So my weekends are going to be a little busy, but
June is also my birthday.
That's right. That's right. It's your birthday. It's my husband's birthday.
That's right.
So today we are going to talk about a subject that I don't know if it's more generational or it's more familial. Let's say that there are some people that grew up in a family that emphasize this particular thing and others maybe not. But I thought it would be an interesting topic. Oh, and hello, Wisconsin Lightkeeper. Sorry, I did see you in Paula Harnish. Yeah. We're going to talk about generosity without attachment. That's one of the things we're going to talk about. And I just want to preface this by saying when I was a kid, if I got a gift from anybody for a graduation, for Christmas, for my birthday, for whatever, that day I was to sit down and send a thank you note that day. And I could not get away with not sending thank you notes. And even as a younger child, I thought, oh, but the appreciation of somebody taking the time to, send you $5 or to wrap up a gift for you or to say Happy Merry Christmas or whatever. It was something my mother deeply instilled in me. And I did the same thing with my own children. My daughter still writes thank you notes, and she's 48. My son never wrote a thank you note and never wants to, because if they didn't want to give it to me, they should. If they were only doing it so I'd send them a thank you note, then tough, So you can see the difference in that. I think that what really has surprised me over the years is that it doesn't take much to say thank you. And of course, now with email, boom, you're done.
Yeah.
But anytime I've gifted gifts to people for a wedding gift, and I know there's a lot of people that gift at that particular time. I've never gotten a thank you note. I've never gotten that they even got it. No recognition at all, zero. Yeah. And I same with the baby shower, same with birthdays and Christmases. My stepchildren never, ever, ever have thanked me for anything. Unless I say, did you get this? And then they'll say, oh, yeah, I did. Thanks. And actually one of my stepdaughters, I sent her a beautiful, it was either a ring or a necklace with her birthstone on it. And she said she never got it. And I just know she threw it away. I know she threw it away accidentally because she's kind of ditzy like that. So there's that. But consider the idea that true generosity and appreciation are not actually about us. They are expressions of who we are, not transactions meant to produce a certain response. And so I thought to myself, okay, so I'm going to put the shoe on my other foot of my son, and I'm going to try to understand what he thinks about it, even though I'm probably not going to change who I am. But I was asking the ladies to reflect on a time when you either gave, supported, or appreciated somebody and did not get the response you expected. And should we expect it? What expectations do we have when we give something? And how did disappointment show up in us? And did it change our willingness to want to give in the future? And do you expect thank you notes from younger people? So that's kind of where I want to begin. And later, I have some other questions once we start talking about it. So, Marina.
I'm up, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think that I agree with you that it's a generational thing. And it's something that, yeah, I grew up with. Whatever you receive, a thank you, it just went without saying that you acknowledged it and you thanked the person, because it took time for them to, let's say, you know, it was your birthday or Christmas. It took them time to shop for that gift.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't something that they just, you know, pulled out of the air. So, you know, you thank them for the effort that they put in. We didn't, I was never sort of pushed with the thank you cards. That was kind of a North American thing, but it was a thank you in person, where you walked up to that person and you said, you know, a thank you and whatnot. So, yeah, absolutely. And yes, I do recall times when, you know, I have gifted someone with something, and I'm not generous because I expect praise. I'm not generous because, you know, I want something. It's nice, however, to at least be acknowledged that you know, thank you for the offer, but no thanks, or, you know, whatever. And I find that a lot of people, even when they're given something for nothing, sometimes forget that they have to do their part. You know, in that there has to be something going back and forth. And yes, I have been disappointed in, you know, it gave me great pleasure to do something, and it's not so much that the other individuals didn't appreciate it. It's that it was taken for granted. It was as if it was, oh yeah, well, that's
what your job is. Yeah.
That's yeah. Or, you know, have you got any more?
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. I totally do. And the people are saying, yes, it's generational, and they're giving some good examples in the chat. But I've also got a daughter who has no filter when it comes to things. And the other thing she would do is I'd give her something and she goes, well, what is this? What is it? I don't know what it is. Or I already got this. Immediately, I already got this. I already have one of these.
Well, now you have two.
I know. But yeah, I don't want to have, they're really, the other thing is, if you're sending something to somebody, you want to make sure they got it.
Yes.
You get lost in the mail all the time, you know? And so there's that common courtesy as well. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Marina. So I want to just, some of the things, Linda says it was part of our etiquette.
Yes.
I came from White Glove Society. Real ladies and girls wore white gloves. Yes, that's, I love that, Linda. That's fabulous. And she feels it's generational. 37 to 21-year-old is the one I feel has expectations or entitlement. Yep, that's the word we probably were looking for there. And I think this is true. People seem to be shocked over simple kindness. Yeah. I agree. I've actually said, somebody's helped me, and I don't know how old they are, and I don't know their name, and I'll say, well, thank you, sir. And I'll have people say, I'm not a sir, I'm a boy, or I'm not a man, or whatever. And they're like, yeah. And I thought, well, I thought it was just being nice, you know.
It is.
It was common courtesy, James. Absolutely. Anyway, so Val, what do you got to say?
Well, this is a deep subject.
Well,
Well, it's a well. You can go down the well a long way. I think really the subject of kids, say 21-year-olds sending a thank you, Grandma, for the birthday gift, monetary gift that one would send. And sometimes I get it, and sometimes I don't get it. But often I do, because I'm texting them to say, I just sent you a Zelle, for your birthday gift, blah, blah, blah. In other words, asking, happy birthday, and expecting they're going to say, yeah, I got it. Thank you so much, blah, blah. And so in that way, I get responses from them. If I didn't say anything and just sent it, I'm not sure I would always get a response.
Probably not. No. Yeah.
Oh, no. Grandma sent me this. It's like, it's not in their mind to just send a heart. They don't have to even say anything. Heart and send.
Yeah. I mean, we can text, email, or whatever now. And or you can just pick up the phone and say, thanks, Grandma. I had a great birthday.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's not about you want acknowledgement for the gift you gave. You just want to know they got it. Just like
they got it. Yes.
It's kind of bad. It's bad etiquette and manners. And believe it or not, there is something to be said for having etiquette and actually following some of the rules of society's ideas about what is good etiquette. Because if you don't, that's when society breaks down. And you don't really want to let go of some of the, I'm going to hold the door open for you. Now we open the door for each other.
Yes.
Hopefully, as we're leaving and we see somebody's behind us. I don't care what sex we are.
Or if there's somebody that's in a wheelchair, you
or you there. Run ahead because somebody needs help getting out of a doorway. You're going to hold the doors open and help them. This is just kindness and common courtesy. Yes. So I think that's really that it's not that we should hold expectations out for all of that. But when you see it and you realize, oh, that was such a beautiful kindness that this person showed me, even though they were a 7-year-old boy doing it, holding the door open for me, I want to acknowledge that, to let them know I appreciated that. And so that's important. Yeah. So I'm not going to say that it isn't important to show and that you should just give and never have anything coming back, because there is an energy exchange going on, even though we're not in our minds setting up expectation where we expect anything back.
Right.
I have been on the end of saying, okay, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to design this website for you, or whatever it is. And then they're saying, oh, thank you. And then I do it and there's nothing coming back. There's no,
nothing,
they already said it on the front. They're not going to say it on the back or anything. They're not going to say, oh, I love it. Thanks for your hard work. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I didn't need that, but I really it would have felt
that's
good.
A lot of work.
That's a lot of work. So it would have felt good to just have an acknowledgement. And then later that same person is saying, oh, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you help me with that? None of the people in this room here are those people, but I'm just saying it is something that you feel a little drained for, because you aren't having that appreciation going back and forth. And that is energy. Gratitude is energy. You didn't do it for expectation. You did it, but it's nice to have some back and forth energy. Otherwise you feel used or depleted, or, let's talk about this in real energetic terms. It isn't just a thing. It's really true. And when somebody sends you something because you did something nice for them, man, just appreciate it and be thankful that you have somebody that you did it something for, and they acknowledge you. I think that also is very important. even though you're not sitting there holding them hostage. Well, they've got to show their appreciation now. You're not. You did it out of the kindness of your heart.
Yes.
You don't have to mail anything anymore. I don't suggest that you do, because
and if you buy something off of Amazon, they give you a link. You can just use your QR code, go in and say thank you.
Yeah.
All of these things are have a double-edged sword going on there, because at the end of the day, we want to know that we can give freely without expectation, and we want to know we can receive freely, feeling like we just got a gift from the universe and how nice that was. Because there can be this feeling of, well, they gave me all this, so now I owe them. Well, that would be your own stuff that you got to work through. And on the end where you do something and you expect something in return, that's your own stuff again. So you want to get to the place where you are free from having expectations and free from feeling like you need to have praise, you need to have gratitude, you need all these things. They're nice to have, but you're not doing it for any of those things.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day. Yeah.
Liz, that's lovely that you still send thank you cards and handwritten letters. That is such a dead thing nowadays. And
really
I love that.
And like Marina and Aley, I was raised to send a thank you card out to anyone immediately upon receiving a gift, because that is true and proper good etiquette. To acknowledge the gift and the thankfulness for it, and the appreciation that they went to that trouble to gift you XYZ. So it's really
my poor mother. She used to get a slip. You know what I mean? A slip that you wore under a dress from my aunt every Christmas, and it was always 3 or 4 sizes too big. And my mother would open up the box and go, "Oh, a new slip," knowing that
it was way too big. It never fit.
different holiday, but she never made a face. She never said this,
because that is good etiquette. That is proper etiquette for receiving a gift. You're not there to critique the gift. The gift is in itself the gesture.
The gesture. That's true.
It's the thought that counts.
Yes,
it really is. So you don't want to judge what you're getting. You don't want to be like, I'm sorry, Aley, your daughter is priceless. I already have one of these. It's like, how do you receive a gift gracefully?
When she was 10 years old, I got her all this Casio stuff. It was like, it was a what do you call it? A keyboard.
Yeah.
And then but I also wrapped up the batteries for it and all that stuff. But I got her a bunch of stuff. And she's opening everything up and she looks at me and she's 10 years old. She goes, "What is everything, Casino or something?"
I would pack it all up and I would take that right back to the start and go, "Thank you for making your displeasure."
She's never been any different, and I love her to death. But she just
I was going to tell you, right away, they would not be critiquing anything I gave them anymore after that. I would have taken it right down and given it back.
And her husband is the same way. Yeah. Why did you get me this? Yeah. That's funny. Anyway, Shari, I wanted you to have a chance to say what you'd like to say. Yeah.
Well, I mean, growing up in the Deep South, we're brought up on manners. If you didn't say thank you, please, you're welcome, hold the door, whatever, you would get, a whack with the spoon or the fly swatter or whatever was handy, and hey, you're forgetting something. And we were always taught to send a handwritten thank you note. My grandmother used to keep like a box of blank cards in her junk drawer, so we could just go in there and find one with a picture we liked and use. And I did that for many years. Now, of course, with the onset of email and messenger and text messages and everything, it's, most times you don't even have to write anything. All you can do is click the like button and they know that you got it and you liked it. Get it up.
It's so easy now, really. Yeah.
It's a lot easy now. I mean, if you buy somebody something off of Amazon for them, then they're going to get a link from Amazon that they can respond and say, thank you for sending me the gift. And so And just like the rest of y'all have said, it's nice to know that they received whatever gift it is you got for them. It's like, I don't give somebody something expecting a thank you note or a formal thank you. I realize in today's times that's just really not feasible in a lot of ways for a lot of people's lifestyles, and I get it. That's cool. I don't need anything. Just shoot me an email or a message
You
or
got it.
something.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, I got your gift. Thanks a lot. I mean, it's weird for us because we have members and subscribers who send us gifts all the time. I'll come home and I'll get hit with, what did you order? And I'm like, I haven't ordered anything. What are you talking about? There's a box on the bed. And it makes you feel good when somebody thinks of you and they think, I'm going to get something for so-and-so because I think they really deserve it, and it makes you feel good. And so I like to try to go in right away and email them a thank you, or give them a call on the phone, or whatever the case may be. It's common courtesy. I know my husband was a stickler for gentlemanly manners, Southern gentleman manners. That's what he taught our son from the minute he was big enough to understand, when you're a Southern gentleman and you will behave as such. And there's just certain etiquette things that you do and or don't do that falls under that umbrella. And so, and it's opening doors and pulling out chairs and saying thank you and please and you're welcome and
putting your arm around somebody you're walking with. Putting your arm around somebody you're walking with, like a lady,
exactly, or just putting your hand in the door first. Back, as a means.
Open the car door. Yeah,
exactly. And I mean, and working at a university where there's a lot of young men who are not from the South, a lot of them who aren't even from this country. Whenever I'm coming up to a door and they stop and open a door for me, I always make a point to stop and say, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And you can see their chests kind of puff up like, oh, wow, she called me sir. She said, thank you.
You're meeting the right people. I'm not.
Well, I guess, I don't know. But I mean, but I find that when you do say thank you, then down the road, if a birthday comes up, a holiday, whatever, the people that you've made that effort to thank and even reciprocate on their birthday and stuff, if you're so inclined or if you can afford it, they tend to want to go out of their way to do it again the next year. I mean, I just I think it's just a matter of, again, it's good manners, etiquette, being polite, just to let somebody know, wow, I got this gift from you. Thank you so much. I mean, at least I know that I know that they got it. That's
And it's interesting. I'm shining
even
love.
Money, you can still pick up and say thank you.
Yep. Well, my husband and I, we've changed it so that we don't gift each other things. We gift each other experiences. So it's like, let's go out to eat. Let's go to see this show. Let's go to do that, whatever it is. So that, because we don't need anything, really need anything, got everything, But if somebody does do that, of course, you would say, I would, thank them.
If it's a homemade gift.
Oh, yeah.
My mother was a real stickler about that. That's when you sat down and you wrote a proper thank you card, letter, whatever. Right. That somebody took time out of their day to actually create something for you, you know. And that makes a big difference. Anytime I get anything from anybody that's something they made, it's like,
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, anybody can click on Amazon or walk into the Target or Walmart or whatever and pick something up and send it off to you. But for somebody to take the time to actually make something for you, that says
Like
a lot.
Sally
Now,
made bread for everybody. Remember when Sally sent all of us bread that she had
yeah.
made?
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that was
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It
Yeah,
was very
and
nice.
nowadays I understand people don't do that very much anymore because
Yeah.
we're all spread out everywhere. It's a lot
Yeah.
harder, but
Yeah.
you know, so it's the gift card and it's, you know, the link to Amazon and whatever. Is like we tend to make it easier for people who do maybe want to give us something. We've got our own Amazon list. Well, you want to give me something? Here's a list of stuff I want. So, you know, go in and knock yourself out. And it's appreciative when you're buying it. You can go to somebody's list because now you know you're getting something for them that they really want. So,
This is an interesting comment here. I got a special thank you for a wedding gift I gave in 1992. At the time, I did receive a generic thank you, but the bride was not thrilled because it was a handmade gift. Wow.
Yeah. And finally, years later, you know how these youngsters are when they get married. They think they want the list from Pottery Barn or from whatever it is, whatever level of gift list they have.
I remember my mother being mortified because her friend who said that she used to get a list from her daughter-in-law and everything had to come from LL Bean.
It had to have the label. And so you get a homemade gift and they consider it like, what? They couldn't even buy me what I asked. And then years later, they look at that precious homemade gift and it hits them. Now that they're not in the material world anymore and they're looking at things with the feeling, the heart, then they're saying thank you. So I love that wise light keeper. You know,
you
a lot of love goes into homemade gifts. A lot of love. Right?
Yes,
you don't make a homemade gift just because whatever. There's always a lot of love that goes
there
into
is. And I have always appreciated those. I love it. A homemade gift is my absolute favorite thing to get.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But look how long it would have taken Jen to crochet a blanket for a king size bed. It took her a year. And the person said, "Oh, wow." That was it.
Exactly. And Jen, that is exactly what I'm talking about. When you put your love and effort into something, the level of your experience and the length of time you put into it, that is when you're going to have to really be in that. I can't have expectations, but you do because your energy went into every fiber of that.
That's right.
And so if you don't get that back by an unbelievable thank you, wow. Yeah.
I used to go out and get all my stepchildren and their children all kinds of gifts for Christmas. And I never got one recognition for any of it. So I just finally said, well, I'm not going to do it anymore. And he didn't do it. If he's the father and he didn't do it, then
I'm the one who's telling my husband, your daughter, send it to your daughter. Right. Send it to you. Have you sent it yet? Yeah, I'm the one.
We always prod the men because they wait until Christmas Eve. Oh, well, I should probably get a gift for you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, because it sneaks up on you because they change the date every year, right? So you never know.
They don't have any sales until the last minute before Christmas. I mean,
they had no clue that in October when it was Halloween, they were already putting out the Christmas decoration, but they didn't know it. Snuck up on them.
Yeah, they didn't see that. I don't know what you have and what you want. That's what I get to. So what about the tit for tat thing? And what I mean by that is that you go out to eat and somebody will say, oh, I'll pay for this one, and the other person says, oh, well, I'll pay for the next one, which is perfectly fine. But it isn't like they were necessarily, maybe that person makes a lot more money than that other person does.
I mean, that could get dicey if you were taking somebody to a fabulous, very expensive restaurant, $300 for the or $400 for the night. and then they take you to the local steakhouse, which is like $25 a plate, and you're going, they fed you a quality wine at the table, blah, blah, blah. And you are
But maybe you couldn't afford it. And that I would take that into consideration as well. It's like somebody who doesn't make a lot of money or is retired.
We had dinner last night with our friends, and we do this. We pay, they pay, we pay. But I never think about where we're going. I think about the company and the fun time we have together talking. Sure. And, we're all in the same income bracket, so it doesn't matter that way. It's just where we think would be fun to go eat. So I think you have to be cognizant, of someone else's financial situation for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not fun to do something if you're expecting something in return. Right. Then that kind of changes everything. But there's nothing wrong if I feel in the mood to treat someone to something. It's like, no, it's on me. I'm treating you.
I feel the same way.
Because it gives me pleasure to do it.
Yeah.
So if at some point you reciprocate, that's a bonus. I'm not expecting it.
I totally agree, Marina. If you're out, saying you just made a date to go out with one of your girlfriends and you're sitting there and you just have a spur of the moment. No, I'm going to get this. That is just true, honest to goodness. You're getting this one.
Let me do it this time.
That's fantastic. I love it when it's like that. Yeah.
Yep. But then there are other people, and I have to say myself, sometimes we say, oh, no, I'll pay my part, or I'll pay. It's like a fight. And I think it's less about, it's more about the person that's putting up they're not worthy of being treated. And so they're like, are you sure it's okay? And I grew up with that as well. I did. I grew up with that. My mother would say that all the time.
Oh, really?
You don't have to do that. Yeah.
My husband's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
So you want to get it? Oh, we'll get it next time. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'll usually say once if someone says, no, I don't worry about it. I'll get it, whatever. And, if it's a decent amount, generally I'll say, are you sure?
Are you sure? Oh, can I get the tip?
I mean, are you sure has come out of John's mouth every so often, for sure. He wants to. Do you want me to get the tip? He'll say.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, because it allows them to feel the same joy I feel when I say, guess what? I got this. It's on me. I don't want to hear.
I know there is something nice about being able to do that, isn't it? I agree.
It is nice. It is nice.
Yeah,
sure.
It is. It's a nice little surprise. Oh,
really?
Nice. Oh, woo, okay. Should have told me before I ordered the meal. I'd have gone for the steak and lobster.
Thank you very much.
So imagine investing all that time in making a quilt for somebody, and it was wow. Okay, thank you for all the time. So it's almost like when you sit down to do something for someone, and your heart may be full of love for them, or maybe, but you have to put yourself in probably more in tune with the reality of expectations and time spent. And don't invest in a year of your time making something for someone if they're not like your daughter or your son or, somebody is very close to you in your circle, because it is never going to come back to you in that way. Never, but generally speaking, don't devote that kind of time to that. And I know your heart was in the right place, but.
Well, and there's a lot of cultures too. I know the old apartments where we used to live, there was, it was basically one large Iraqi family. It was the grandmother, and then it was the sons and their wives and the kids, and they were all staying in one apartment together. as they slowly got work and, was able to move out individually. But part of their culture was when you went to their house, you went inside, you sat down, they gave you something to drink, they brought you food to eat, and it was considered an insult to not accept food and drink. I mean, now in the Southern culture, it's pretty much the same way. Come in, have a glass of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever, but it's not like if somebody's like, I really don't have time right now, I'm just popping in and out. It's like, okay, cool, no big deal. But with some cultures, it's considered a great insult to not take that 5 or 10 minutes and go in and sit down and take a few sips and a few bites and, and thank you very much. And like whoever it was that put that in about rinsing their dish, as a kid growing up, there was a lot of, you went to somebody's house, and if their mom and dad gave you something to eat or something to drink, you went and put it in the sink when you got done.
Right.
You went and rinsed it out, left it in the sink, and you sure didn't leave it sitting on a tabletop where it's going to get water rings, I mean,
exactly.
You made sure you asked for a coaster or something. I mean,
for sure. Exactly.
Or just walk away from it. I mean, we always were, and we still do as a family, whenever we gather, especially after a meal, you always thank the cook.
Yes.
You always this was a fabulous meal. Really enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And then everybody helps in clearing the table and doing whatever. You don't just go to somebody's house, walk in 2 minutes before the meal, have the meal, not engage in a conversation, and when it's done, walk out. Well, if you did that in my house, you wouldn't get invited back.
Well, this is what I had a problem with when I first met my mother-in-law and his family. But people would come into their house, just walk in. First of all, I don't ever walk into anybody's house if I'm if I'm not scheduled to be there.
Yes.
And they would go into the kitchen, open the refrigerator, take out bacon and eggs. They'd cook it up in the kitchen. Then they'd eat it. Then they'd leave. And they'd leave all the dishes on the table. And I had a fit. I said, what the hell are they? And this was like one cousin did this. They cleaned, and then the mother cleaned the kitchen up and everything. Another one came in and did it. And it was a door that was doing this all the time. And I said to her, I'm going to do the dishes with my daughter. And she said, you don't have to do the dishes. I don't want you to do the dishes. I'll do them. I said, no. I said, no one should ever come in and do that. Well, that's fine with me. So I think that sometimes, there are no boundaries set, and that's a big part of it. I think.
Sounds like she didn't have any boundaries, and in fact, she taught them to walk all over her boundaries.
Yes, she did.
It was like growing up, we would all go to my great-grandmother's house, my mama's house, for the holidays and stuff. And it was one of my great aunt uncle's kids, cousin, I don't know how many layers up, who started the thing, and it was before I was even born, so it was a regular established way of doing by the time I was around. But it was basically, he started it up, and he started it with his own boys because there'd be all these people that go to my mama's to eat. We had to eat in shifts. There wasn't enough room for everybody to sit down and eat at the same time. And as soon as the first group, which was usually the men, that was the way my mama was, the men ate first, then the kids, then the ladies. And because the ladies were the ones that did all the cooking and put everything out. And as soon as the men finished eating, it was this one cousin and his kids. And he would be like, let's start doing dishes. Come on, go in the kitchen. And after a while, the other men started feeling guilty for not kind of like pitching in themselves. They would get razzed about it by their wives. And so it just, by the time I came along, it was a family tradition that whoever did all the cooking and stuff, they didn't do the cleaning.
That's right. They shouldn't have to.
They could go sit in the living room or go sit outside, whatever.
Go relax for a while.
And it was the others who would go and clean up. And it was, I mean, I called them uncle.
Familial in this generation. both of
Yeah,
those
it was a generational thing, but he was the one that started it of, okay, it's all your aunties and your moms and your grandma and everybody that did all this cooking.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, y'all can come in here and start cleaning up. It's not
exactly.
And,
Even if it's just to pick up the plate, rinse it off,
Yeah,
and put
and
it in
rinse
the
it off.
dishwasher.
they had a whole
Yeah.
bucket chain of
Yes.
from the table to the scraper to the sink for the washer, the rinser, the dryer,
and this is well
put in
before
the cabinet.
dishwashers.
I mean,
Yes.
by the time they got through, my mama's kitchen would be spotless. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd
Yes.
never known that she just cooked for 40 people, and
Sure.
just
Wow.
and
Wow.
and
That's a lot
it
of
was
people.
a great tradition to grow up with, because I went to a lot of friends' houses for family stuff. They didn't do that at their house, It was like, what? Well, your uncles and stuff aren't going to go clean up. And they would look at me like I was nuts. It was like, no, why would they do that? Well, it was your grandma and your aunts and stuff that cooked, right? So your grandpa and your uncles should be cleaning up.
Yeah. So I do want to explore a couple more questions before we're done. And so what would it feel like to offer generosity or appreciation without expectation? And is that freedom, or does it feel vulnerable? But here's the other one. How can we honor our feelings of disappointment without letting them close our hearts?
Wait, say that again?
How can we honor our feelings of disappointment if somebody doesn't, say thank you or whatever, without letting them close our hearts?
That's, to me, is like an easy one, because the first thing is, when you have expectations that would go to the point where you would close your heart over them, that's on you. That's your lack of love for yourself and your appreciation for yourself and your kind-heartedness and good-heartedness to do XYZ for other people.
Right.
And so you have to bring it back home and say, what inside of me is it lacking or feeling that they're not enough all by themselves? In the fullness of my generosity, in that big, huge space of me being this huge energy, I am gifting this out there to the universe, and this is the person that's getting it, period. And I would work on it that way and look inside. Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
And it's an individual thing. If someone doesn't react the way that I think that they should, I agree. It's not necessarily on them. It's on me for having an expectation that was perhaps unreal. But at the same time, it doesn't make me want to close my heart off to doing it again, because you know what? It feels good when I do it.
Yeah. You're not doing it for thank yous.
It feels good if you give it without the idea of it has to go to this person, and you're just doing it as a universal gesture of kindness. It's going out there so that you're not saying, oh, this one person, so you're not.
But doesn't there have to be an exchange of some kind of energy? And I don't even mean reciprocal gifting or anything, but this is for you, and somebody has,
you say,
but I'm giving this to you. I don't want anything from you, but it would be nice to get acknowledgement of it.
But at the same time, don't even give it to wanting acknowledgement. What you're doing in the biggest form is you're saying to the universe, I'm gifting this to the universal flow. Who gives it back to you? The universal flow. So you got to get to the highest perspective of what that really is. Then you'll find your answer, because that is the biggest reason. Yeah.
Yep. Of course. And I'm just playing devil's advocate here, because I have had disappointment, and it's mostly something I probably with my stepkids and stuff. And I shouldn't have even had any expectation, because I had nothing to do with the way they grew up. I had nothing to do with any of that. But it's just that I guess in my mind, I expected to get the same reaction I got from my own kids.
Because you expect a normal reaction or a reaction of kindness.
Something. Some kind of some kind of a just, gee, that was really thoughtful of you, or thank you, or you did this, and I've given that up. I've given that up a long time ago. It's not a big deal to me anymore, but I believe that it does hurt in some ways. Some of us hold on to that.
It would hurt. It would definitely hurt had you not come to the conclusion that you don't need, that you're whole and you feel loved. You love yourself and you're whole all on your own, and you're not responsible for someone else's reaction.
That's true.
As soon as you get to the point where someone else's reaction isn't any of your business, you're like, oh, I got you, man. You don't need my gifts. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good to
there
go.
There comes that idea that what you think of me is not my business.
It is. Yes. It's none of your business. And it really is true, because what happens is you're not responsible for their reaction. Their reaction is, it teaches you it informs you how you're going to behave. And that is, your gift is not received in the way in which you were intending it. And that tells you not to give those gifts to those people.
I was going to say, that's, with me, your feelings are going to be hurt if you give a gift to someone, especially if it's like a homemade gift or something like that, because you've put a lot of your energy, your love, your thoughtfulness into it.
Yeah.
At the same time, while you would hope that they would be thankful and would say something, if they just blow it off or don't even mention it or whatnot, your feelings are going to be hurt, because
there's more involved too, Shari. When it's in your family and it's stepdaughters or stepsons or stepfamily, you're thinking kumbaya, we're all going to be one happy family.
Exactly.
And the messy thing is, they don't want anything to do with you. You're a step.
Exactly. Like I said, your feelings are going to get hurt, but what it teaches you is, while you may be really generous to other people because you feel like they at least appreciate the effort, maybe they don't make a big deal out of it, but at least they appreciate it. And you run into that one person that's just not in their ballpark. Okay, I can't make them change the way they feel about it, but it will change the way I give in the future to them. It's like, fool me once, shame on me. Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's like, okay, if that's the way you react to somebody giving something from their heart to you, then I'm going to protect my heart a little bit better.
Them
right. It was like, I'm going to protect my heart from you. If you, it's just, that's a human thing. I mean, that's.
I just want to say, Shari, Maureen's saying it doesn't make it hurt any less when you show kindness. But the thing is, when you're hurt, that says I'm a victim. And you have to take it back.
You can't hang on to that hurt. I mean, you got to feel it. You got to acknowledge it.
You got to understand
let it go.
That's inside of you, a place that you have personal wounding from as a child or in some other form, and you're going to have to go in there and love yourself and appreciate yourself, because somebody else can't make you feel bad. You make yourself feel bad over something. So you don't want to give your power away.
When I say your feelings hurt, it's the lack of respect you get back from it.
It's still where I'm coming from. You're not a victim.
And that's something that each and every person deals with in their own way. Some people, they feel that, and honey, they hang on to it for the next 50 years.
Oh, I know they do.
Others of us, we feel that, and we're
like, want to be that bitter person. No.
And I would not want to. I wouldn't want to hang on to it for 50 minutes, much less 50 years. But it's like, to me, it's like, okay, my feelings were hurt. They didn't like it, didn't appreciate it, or whatever their reasonings. I don't need to know. It's just not. It doesn't mean that my feelings will get hurt that you didn't appreciate it, but. I'm not going to drag it with me. It's like, I'm going to cut that off right there.
That's what I mean. They're teaching you how they're receiving your gift. You're getting information from that.
Mhm.
It's not
Right.
hurt from it, but you're getting information from it. And just act on the information you get for the next time.
Well, I thought this was going to be a really interesting topic. And I really did believe that some of my, quote, generational expectations were just that they don't think about it anymore. It isn't in their mind, or that they're supposed to do anything or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not that I sit here strumming my fingers like, well, but
We
at
do
the
have
same time,
generational expectations
it
because we
is.
were brought up with manners.
yes.
Well, you would
Definitely.
hope everyone's brought up with manners. Not everyone is.
That's true.
But yeah,
about
I love the
You know,
idea
some
though.
people are like, you can't blame them for not reacting in a way that you would think would be appropriate because
That's
they've never been
correct.
taught
Because
that, you know.
yeah,
So
where is the line between healthy giving and self-abandonment? And I love that. If you are giving something that perhaps isn't healthy, and I don't mean like booze or something not healthy. What I mean is you give somebody a $200 gift or something, and they can never repay you for something like that. Where is that line between the healthy giving and self-abandonment, where you're just saying, first of all, whatever you do with this gift is fine with me. Once it leaves my hands and into your hands, if you want to give it to Goodwill, if you want to pass it along, if you want to keep it, if you don't like it, whatever it is, all I want to know is that you got it. That's
it.
all.
yeah.
I think the line is this: if you give something, let it not in any way, shape, or form diminish your energy or harm you energetically, financially, emotionally, in any way, shape, or form. Let it be completely balanced energy before you give it, and really examine that.
Yeah.
What are your motivations?
What's your motivation? What's your intention?
What's your intention?
That's beautiful. I love that. And that's a wonderful way to end this. And I expect everybody to thank me for this topic on my, no,
Yes.
Thank you, Aley.
yes.
Thank you, Aley. Aley is wonderful.
Absolutely.
Aley, you're such a good hostess.
Hostess
Oh
with the
my, oh
mostest.
my.
Yeah.
Flattery will get you everywhere. I feel like Mo, Larry, and Curly. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you, sisters. And thank you for all of your comments in the chat. They really did. And I want to say Wildflower Wind posted that she never gave with any kind of expectation. And I want to be like her exactly. So I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah.
So
Smart way
thanks,
to be.
ladies.
Absolutely.
And next week, Marina will be on with the topic of the week. And we'll see you over on her channel. In the meantime, have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.